It wasn't a message or a lipstick stain or some cliché clue that told me my wife was cheating. It was my own doorbell camera, the one I installed to make us feel safe. The house was too quiet that evening, too perfect. Dinner was still warm on the table, salmon, her favorite, but she wasn't home yet. I told myself she was just working late again, that the silence wasn't strange, that the way she smiled lately, distant, distracted, meant stress, not secrets. But deep down, something didn't feel right. Last month, after a few break-ins around the neighborhood, I installed a doorbell camera. Emma had joked, "Guess I can't sneak any surprise packages past you now." I laughed with her. If only I'd known how true those words would become. The house glowed in soft amber tones. Rain tapped against the windows. I was cleaning up after dinner when my phone buzzed, a motion alert from the doorbell camera. It was 10:43 p.m. I frowned. Emma was still at work. I tapped the notification. The screen showed her, standing at the door. But she wasn't alone. A man stood behind her, close enough that their shoulders touched. They laughed softly like people who share a secret. Then she turned, kissed him quickly, and whispered something before unlocking the door. He didn't come in. She did. She paused, took a deep breath, and smiled. That same smile she'd given me for years. And at that moment, watching her walk in on the camera replay, I felt something I'd never felt before. Not anger, not even betrayal, just emptiness. When she came into the living room that night, she kissed my cheek like nothing had happened. "Hey, you're still up?" she asked. Her voice was light, casual. "Yeah," I said quietly, "just checking something on the camera." She froze for half a second, barely noticeable, then smiled again. "Everything okay?" I looked right at her. "I don't know. You tell me." Her hand trembled slightly as she poured herself some water. "What do you mean?" she asked, still pretending. 10:43, I said. "You got home at 10:43. The glass stopped mid-air. Her lips parted, not to deny, but to think, to calculate. "I was with Lisa," she said quickly. "She dropped me off." I nodded. "Then maybe Lisa should explain why you kissed her boyfriend." The sound of the glass shattering against the floor filled the silence that followed. She didn't confess that night. She cried, begged, said it was just one time, that she didn't know why she did it. I didn't yell, didn't break anything. I just sat there, staring at the woman I'd built a life with, the one who'd once held my heart like it was fragile, and now treated it like it was disposable. The hardest part wasn't losing her. It was realizing I'd lost her long before the doorbell camera caught it. The house looked the same, coffee brewing, rain still falling. But everything felt different. She came downstairs, eyes swollen, whispering, "Can we talk?" I handed her a small box. Inside was the doorbell camera. "You wanted privacy," I said softly. "Now you have it." She reached for me, but I stepped back. "You can stay here," I added, "but you'll be living alone." I walked out without another word. A few weeks later, I checked the footage one last time, not to relive it, but to remind myself of something. Truth doesn't always shout. Sometimes it whispers through a camera lens at 10:43 p.m. And in that whisper, your whole world changes. Trust is like glass. Once cracked, it never looks the same again. If you discovered your partner's betrayal on a camera like this, would you confront them or let the footage speak for itself?